up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome back to the InuYasha vlogs. This time we got a two-part episode story arc called the Malevolent Militians arc. I'm going by the DVD version, and it's another Kohaku episode. It's ironic that this final season of the original run is really focusing on him this time around. We had the first two episodes of this season focus on him. We had a huge four-parter, now we're back to Kohaku again. And it kind of picks up immediately after the last arc, which is interesting. So, again, things are starting to condense down in the story, essentially. So, last time we left off with Kohaku, he basically got his memory back and he's realizing, I gotta kill Naraku once and for all. Meanwhile, turns out Hakudoshi lives. He did survive the arrow that almost killed Naraku at the border between this world and the next. And in doing such, Naraku eventually finds out that's not Kagome's arrow, that's Kikyo's arrow, which means she's still alive. So Naraku is now even more pessimistic, or whatever the fuck it is, to finally get Kikyo. He knows she's alive. She did not die from the struck he blew up out of Hakure. So in doing so, he says, okay, I'm done playing around, let's get this bitch. So basically, Naraku tells Hakudoshi and Kohaku to find a ancient little shrine thing that some demon carries on his back. In doing so, they cut its head off and basically bring out this box, which Hakudoshi says to Kohaku. They all have the same name, Haku this, Haku that, it's interesting. But Hakudoshi says to Kohaku, if you break that thing, you're gonna die. And we're like, well, what does that mean? Next thing you know, the entire region is plagued with demon rats. Like rats. Rats. Thousands of them. Millions of them, literally. And there are these one-eyed, red-eyed rats. And look, rats, I think are kind of creepy. I don't think I can manage a pet one. But the red-eyed rats are just creepy as hell. And in doing so, a one-eyed rat, that's even more scary. Not only that, these rats are a pandemic. They are literally, if you try to kill one, they multiply. It's one of those bullshit things, which is interesting. So InuYasha and the gang find out about this and realize, what the hell's going on here? And Moroku is easily able to take care of some of it with his wind tunnel, but they just keep coming. They've been attacking regions, many people have died, and this is all because Naraku wants to lure Kikyo out of hiding and then kill her. How pessimistic, how narcissistic, how evil this guy. We can see that Naraku is kind of getting to the point of desperation to a degree. He's now out of hiding, he's just doing shit now, he's in full command, he's throwing everything at the table against our heroes, and even throwing a lot of people out of the way to do so. It's showing how sick he is, and how he's no longer really playing the mystery game of where he is. He's now on the full attack. And it's kind of scary. We're in a very dramatic time with the villain of the show, the main villain. He's been hiding for so long. Now he's making his move. He's kind of like Sauron in Lord of the Rings. Goes into hiding for a couple hundred years and then says, I'm back, suckers, you didn't kill me after all. And this is sort of his move. All to lure Kikyo out. Thousands of people have to die just to get her out. So Kikyo does come out of hiding and basically tells her, Shikigame, get me some sort of tree that I can plant that can lure the rats out. And she does that. She grows this giant tree that apparently is supposed to, it's like a ladder to heaven, I guess, for rats. And they go up and then they die, or they're purified, or whatever. But they just keep coming. And in doing so, Sango takes it upon herself to find the rat shrine that she can destroy, and the rats will stop. Unknowns to her, she finds herself face to face once again with Kohaku, and kind of puts a misunderstanding two together that she is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. So part one ends where she is pissed and she's about ready to destroy her brother, and the whole time Kohaku cannot say a word, because the Samyosha are watching him, and therefore if he spits out that he knows who she is, then Naraku will know that he's gained his memories back, and therefore, oh, the kid's gotta die. So, basically, he has to keep on the orders of Naraku. So unfortunately, some people have to die just to kill this guy. And that's the real big thing about the drama of the season, is that many people have to die so that one will. And that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of the consequences of war, essentially. And it shows how desperate every character is getting at the end of the show. So part 2, Sango is attacking Kohaku, they get into a fight, and he's on the defensive. He's not trying to kill her. But the rats then turn on him, and then she saves her brother, and then she gets kind of overwhelmed by rats, and then eventually they do make it out okay. Moroku uses the wind tunnel, Hakudoshi escapes, Kikyo stops the rats, everything's kind of set back to normal. And what's really cool about this arc is that everything's sort of, every character gets a moment to shine. Kikyo gets a moment to shine, Kohaku gets a moment, Sango gets a moment, Moroku gets a moment, Kakome gets a moment, InuYasha, even Shippo gets to use his techniques to stop some of the rats. So it's good that every character gets a moment here. And with this arc, it's okay. It's, again, a good dramatic arc. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, personally, but again, the animation's pretty good. There is a couple of areas with part 2 where, like, the prologue to part 2 is, like, almost a quarter of the episode of part 1, which, again, feels like they're just padding it out. This did not need to be 2 parts long. But they made up for it with what they could. They did what they could with this story and padding it out and making it work. Like, even down to, like, Sango realizes at the end of the battle that, you know, normally Kohaku, I can't sense the good in him, but this time I felt it. So maybe even she's catching on that maybe Kohaku's starting to snap out of it. But Kohaku keeps his lip down because he knows, hey, I can't say anything or else I'm dead. So basically, it's all kind of this very dramatic standstill. Kohaku is basically kind of like Severus Snape, where he cannot betray who he's working for, despite him really wanting to kill them. And it's kind of interesting. And every character is thinking and strategizing and everything. And it's a good strategic episode, or story arc in this case. Overall, I did like this one, and it's relatively short, thankfully. It's not too dragged out. But, I mean, it's a good, like, kind of passing of time with the drama and the story. There's not much in terms of plot forward, except for the fact that all the characters are starting to become more condensed, more tense. Naraku's now making moves, and things are coming ahead. And I overall did like this arc, so I'm going to give this one a good 7.5 out of 10. It doesn't really have any major plot points to write home about, but it's still a good 2-parter and a good arc to this season. So let me know your thoughts about this arc in the comment section below. Don't forget to support our Patreon. Just $1 more will get you early access to all of our content, as well as other special features. And I don't know what's happening next time, but this is just another vlog to keep you guys entertained. We're getting pretty close to the end, step by step, arc by arc. We've got, I think, a filler episode coming up, which I'm interested in, but we'll see what comes ahead. So until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off, and moral of the story, if you're really trying to get that one girl who really messed you up, don't unleash the plagues of Egypt with the rats. I think that's supposed to be Dracula's job. I don't know, but I got nothing. All's well. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys later.